what is going on with the world. I don't like it one bit. Now, if you were to take a look at your thinking, then you might find that those are the kinds of thoughts that are swirling around inside of your head. It's like all of us, right? They don't make us feel good, do they? I mean, it's quite the opposite, really. But you're not alone, okay? That's first and foremost. You are not alone. In fact, if you're like most people who find themselves drawn to this video, then you've probably been feeling more bored and fed up just over the past year. And then maybe you've even sunk into a depressed state about the pandemic and everything else that's going on in the world. But it's not your fault. But listen, there's an even more powerful way to free yourself from unwanted low feelings. And it's called the release technique. Now, the release technique gives you a way that you can release unwanted feelings right on the spot. And you can even use the release technique to release trauma feelings, right, that have been buried deep inside you. Oftentimes it's outside of our awareness for years. So to give you a sense of how powerful the release technique can be, I think you should know the story behind the release technique. Now, this was discovered by a man named Lester Levenson. And the story of how the discovery of the release technique came about is quite a story. In 1952, he was 42 years old. Lester Levenson suffered his second massive heart attack. Now, in those days, the hospitals did not have bypass surgery or heart transplants, so there was very little that the hospital could do for him. Lester was sent home from the hospital with a diagnosis of just 2 weeks to live, 3 maybe. Now, naturally, Lester was extremely fearful of dying. He even contemplated ending his own life by overdosing on the morphine that the doctor had prescribed. But Lester did not take his own life. Instead, out of utter desperation, Lester turned inward and discovered that he could release his fear, his worry, his anger, all the unwanted, uncomfortable feelings. And just by releasing all of those feelings of limitation, Lester was able to totally heal his body and entered into a complete peaceful and blissful state. It took him 3 months of releasing. From that point forward, Lester's whole life transformed into one effortless ease and abundance. He was always at complete peace and joyful for no reason. He discovered how to tap the innate joy that was within, and that joy was always available, ever present, ever nourishing to his mind, body, and spirit. Nothing and no one could upset or even rattle Lester. And he really did become a master over his life. And then for the remaining 42 years of his enlightened life, Lester generously shared his releasing method, now known as the release technique, as small retreats and talks with anyone who wanted to learn. And now it's possible for you to learn and practice the release technique for yourself. The release technique guides you into the direct experience of letting go of energy that is holding your unwanted feelings in place. Okay? Once this energy is released, the unwanted feelings themselves just dissolve. So they're no longer inside of you anymore. They're gone for good. This frees up so much life energy inside of you. You're no longer subconsciously or unknowingly using up energy to suppress uncomfortable feelings. And with this released, freed up energy, life, it just becomes easier, more effortless, calmer. And that's when life becomes more naturally joyful, no matter what's happening in your external life. The release technique guides you into the direct experience of releasing the energy of unwanted feelings. So again, you too can experience, perhaps for the first time in your adult life, how to tap into the innate joy and peace that's always available inside of you. And all you have to do is listen to the release technique course and follow along the simple guided release exercises contained in the flagship program called the Abundance Course. So click on the big orange Find Out More button below this video. You'll learn more about the Abundance Course and how it guides deeper into using the release technique for yourself in your own life.